Welcome to Passable Podcast. I'm Malcolm, your host, with Samantha,
your host.
the other host. It's just us two today. Aaron is getting ready to tour. He's gonna go tour the whole world. Just kidding. I don't know how far out he's touring.
He's literally going like an hour away.
I think he's doing like multiple states. So, good for him. He's gonna go out there and fucking play guitar a whole
music.
bunch of, make some beautiful music.
Feed people's souls.
That's what they do. Musicians. So I wish him luck and his whole band. Go have some fun.
Go kill it.
Slay it. And hopefully there's no stupid venues that fucking require stupid vaccination and all that bullshit. I still think it's fucking stupid.
I wonder if they're like on like tour and then they're like, oh, you can't come in this venue without like.
Yeah, they can. Yeah.
And then they're just gonna have to stab them right there, like.
Actually, vaccine. Shank. So today we are gonna be talking about. I'll try to do a cool noise. Aliens. They're among us. Are they among us? Are they lizard people? What are they? Who are they? Why are they? Where are they? They're everywhere. So, what is? I'm trying to think. What do you?
He said long pause.
Long pause. What are your some of your personal opinions or theories on what aliens are?
Funny that you may ask.
Funny.
So you know how like people, you can like go up to somebody and you could call them a douchebag, but like obviously they're not like. Obviously they're not a douchebag. They're just a person. So I feel like just like people use like different names for like different races.
So you're saying like douchebag as like your friend. You're like, oh, what up, douchebag? Like that?
No.
Oh. Then what do you mean when you're calling
okay,
someone
so like
a douchebag?
you know how like different races like get called different things?
Yeah.
I think that's what an alien is. I think it was just somebody, they like were walking, and they just tumbled across these like radiated people, like they had radiation poisoning. And
so you think they're radiated people?
Yeah, and they're like, wow, you fucking alien. And they just started calling them aliens. And that's how it all got created.
Yeah, but then like what? Then wouldn't we see them like more around, more prevalent? Like how?
I mean, how many places have radiation?
In
2017, they recorded 100 crashes in just one area. How many more radiated people do you need?
Yeah, but like I'm saying, crashes from what? UFOs, right? Mm-hmm. So how are these normal ass people who are just infected by radiation?
Well, you don't know.
This technology.
Okay, so hear this out. They've been literally hearing they've been knowing about UFOs for like ever, right? You have like
pretty
the
much
alien UFOs, and then you have the ones that are like supposedly like we created, right?
Well, I mean that's never no one's firmly been like we have not created.
They have two different words. They have two different words for it, and that's because they think one's man-made, and they think one's like, yeah, there's words for it.
UFO is an unidentified flying object.
No, there's
unidentified. They don't know what the hell it is. That's what a UFO is. We don't have our own UFOs.
I'm telling you, you need to watch that documentary I watched because they call it like something. I'll have to come back to it. It's supposedly have been like there's like they man-made these spaceships.
Who's So you're saying the government made spaceships?
The president, the government.
Same thing. Okay, so but are you saying
in this documentary they were talking about there's like an actual word for it, but I'm a retard right now and I can't remember it. But they were talking about how they secretly are making like spaceships and stuff that like they make pretend UFOs, right?
The government?
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying they're like faking UFO sightings and stuff.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah. So what if why would they be actual people like in the lab, making all this stuff, trying to make spaceships and stuff, and bam,
and
the radiation.
They fucked up themselves.
And they shrink themselves, and now they look like little aliens. And then all the other people walking in there, and they're like, well, now you look like a fucking alien. And, and then they said, well, now you're going to still work with them. And then they're like, you know what? We're just going to put you out there and make you feel like you're an alien. And so that's where we get these, like, we're seeing UFOs, we're seeing aliens, but really it was just like people in the lab that got jacked up by radiation, and now we're calling them aliens, and now they're up in the sky, and that's their job.
So you don't, that's just something you, like, you don't think that there are actually aliens? You just think there are people who worked on these...
What is the word alien? That's such a loose term. Like, we're people. Okay. I'm just saying. I just think alien is another word for people.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Like, we are aliens in just a different...
So you don't believe in little green men from Mars?
No.
Or...
E.T. was not green. Okay?
Was he?
E.T. literally looked like an old bald guy.
Like a nutsack.
A saggy nutsack.
All right, so you think that we created this the own technology and all these UFO shit, and like what people were seeing were just testing areas for like the government testing shit, and then the people see it and they're like, oh shit, like what is that? And they're like, oh, that's just a UFO, like unexplained, like it's from outer space. I never heard of this theory. That was pretty. I mean,
they walk. They see this spaceship crashed. They see these aliens on the ground. I mean, they could have literally just they made that spaceship. They threw them people out there to try it, and they.
But you think they're gonna
died? Like they died and
radiate to where they look that weird? Like some of the people are saying like huge fucking eyes.
We've never seen them to actually do that. I mean, people exaggerate all the time.
Yeah, but what about the first encounter people who are saying what they look like, what they saw? Are they all paid people?
Yeah, but in the documentary that I seen, they were getting told that they weren't even allowed to talk about it. Like it was like
one documentary. You know how many there are? There's so many different.
I'm gonna watch them all. And yeah, I genuinely think that aliens are just people.
So, other than your crazy theory, I have another theory I have that is a possibility about the human things. Is I believe that two things. One, aliens are people from the future that are interacting with our past, and they're like trying to change shit or do something. We fucked up somewhere, and they're like coming back and doing shit, or like time travel is just a thing, and like they're just not allowed like being seen because it'll mess up the time somehow or some bullshit. You know how they say in every movies, if you do.
Then why are they taking cows?
Maybe they don't have meat in the future. They're hungry, man. Maybe that's what everyone's hungry in the future, and they're just eating like little pills like to fill their stuff, and they're like, we want meat. And then some guy just going back in the past injecting cows. I got hamburgers.
We want real humans, and then they come and steal everyone.
Yeah. Well, that's one theory, is that there are people from the future that are coming back to the past that are trying not to be found or seen. You know, that kind of sounds
okay. Like what's your other theory? Let me see the other theory.
You want to see it? The other theory is that like they're like a different, like you said, a species, I guess, of people, but they like live in the water. Like they're like the water. I think aliens, because they always fly around water and come out, like the UFOs are coming out of water, going back into water, disappearing. We haven't that might be a base for aliens, you know what I'm saying? Maybe. But I'm just saying, like, we haven't explored the ocean, or maybe we have, but the government's saying we can't go down there, but they know what's down there. You know what I'm saying? That's why. Because why are we up in space? Like, why we haven't even discovered our own planet? I think I watched somewhere where like we haven't even discovered all the Amazon rainforest. Like, it's so thick.
I don't think we've actually been to space, but that's another.
That's for another day.
That's for another day.
But I'm just saying, like, they're all trying to go to space. You got freaking Elon Musk. You got fucking Jeff Bezos, whatever his name is. Freaking
yeah, because they've already ruined our Earth. So they're like, oh, where else can we ruin?
But I'm saying, like, why not put some money into figuring out what's fully under in the water? You know what I'm saying? Let's build these machines that
Isn't like the water pressure like so intense that like you can't after
that. That's what they're building. The man's building robots and stuff.
I mean, I guess you can build something to go in there, but like you yourself, like I think would be very
thick, something to hold against the pressure that can go all the way down there.
Honestly, I feel like a bubble.
Just a bubble, but you'll die real fucking soon.
I wouldn't go down there myself, but like if they had something as light as a bubble, like why would it pop?
Like the scientists are anyone have any like ideas? She's like a bubble. Everyone's
mean,
like throwing their books. She found it. Like, that's why have we never thought,
I'm just
of
saying,
going in a bubble?
don't copyright me. I got this shit.
What kind of fucking bubble are we talking like?
Like, okay, so like, you know, like.
Do you know how pressure works, bro? Because depending on what that bubble's made of, it's just crushed.
Then why does when a fish is underwater and it blows a bubble out of its mouth, it never busts? It just goes up to the top.
That's oxygen just going up to the top. We're talking about like going down and like into the deepest part of the ocean where the pressure is.
If the bubble starts there and it doesn't pop, then what's the difference?
It doesn't start at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, when the fish is at the bottom of the ocean and it pulls a bubble, yes.
No.
Yeah.
I don't. You don't know it. You just need to see it and like.
Have you been down there?
Physically.
No, you haven't.
No, but I know there's no fucking deep fish that are blowing bubbles that aren't popping until they get to the top.
So what about that fish that has that weird thing on his head and it's a light?
Angelfish.
That's not an angelfish.
Yeah, that's what they're called. Anglerfish, angelfish.
Anglerfish, yes.
Like the same.
So, is he a fucking alien? Because he looks like one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of creatures in the deep that
and
they don't know.
his little dangly ball doesn't bust, so why?
Yeah, but that's not a actual like ball.
Why don't we just put something inside of a fish and make a fish go down there?
We can't control a fish, man. And what kind of fish? Like, not all fish can go down there. And the things that are down there are already down there. We can't go down there to get one.
Maybe we can just like.
Listen, if the scientists haven't figured it out yet,
we can get a DNA to one of those fishes.
Oh God, where's it?
Make the fish above water, but obviously he's gonna have to go underneath.
Engineer fish is what you're saying.
Yes, I mean they're making all kinds of other crazy stuff, so we can engineer the fish. Got this fish. Put a little microphone on him or a camera, whatever bullcrap. Throw him into the ocean with like a pound of rocks on him. And he won't drown because he's a fish. And then by the time he gets down there, he'll somehow get the rocks off of him. They're like time capsules.
This is insane.
I'm just giving them ideas.
I'm just saying, like, if they had the technology to withstand that, to build a fish thing, we would have built something.
I just don't think they were smart enough to think about it.
Yeah, we're smarter than you stupid scientists.
Meatballs together.
So, anywho, not only I don't think it's impossible to get down there. The fact that I don't think we go down there is because there's something down there that the government doesn't want us to know about, which are the aliens.
I think that's a pretty good theory.
That's where the lost city of Atlantis came from. You know, they said like it was a city.
I mean, a lot of stuff comes from the water. Like definitely, like.
Well, I think I don't know what theory of evolution or what it is, but they said we came from a fish or some shit, crawled out of water, and then.
Is that what a mermaid is?
Learn how to walk. Yeah, mermaids could be aliens. Be fucking coming out of the water, flying their little spaceships.
I'm just saying, a lot of fish that are deep down under that you like see, do look kind of like aliens.
It's because we never seen them before. So anything we haven't like seen before, it's not of this earth. We just think it's an alien. But that's an alien. Or I mean, we can't really say. I mean, the fish were here.
So I'm saying it's just like whatever.
But there's one guy that said in the documentary I was watching, like a group of people, I think it was like 12 people, they saw this UFO and it landed. And then one of the dudes were like, I'm going to go check that out. Everyone else was like, hell no. Like, no, we're not going to go do that. So he went over there. He said he got there and someone came out and they talked telepathically. Like the lips didn't move at anything. He just looked at the dude and the person said that they're from, what was it? One of the freaking planets. I think Jupiter or something. And they said that they came to deliver an important message that beware of nuclear warfare. And that was during like all the Cold War with, you know, Russia and nukes and shit. So like they got in a fucking spaceship and just flew back off.
So is this like based on a real story?
Yeah, like real, like, and there's two other so there's that group of people that said they did see the UFO, but only one of their friends went there, and he said he talked with this person, but telepathically, like he was just hearing the thoughts of that guy, of that person.
I don't know how real this is right now.
Another separate case said that they spotted a UFO in the same area, but it wasn't the same group. It was a different group of people that said they saw that. So that's where like kind of stories are coming together. But I don't know how fucking much I believe that it's some being from Jupiter or Mars or whatever, like coming like to warn us, hey yo, watch out for nuclear warfare, by the way, and flies off. Like that's too coincidental that there was a nuclear warfare kind of like scare
and like why
going
like
on. And why would they care?
yeah, like not even like somebody like official that would like be able to do something about it.
Well, I was curious. I was like, do UFO sightings and alien sightings like only happen in America? I was like, why is it not happening anywhere else? And I found out that it did happen somewhere else. And there was a group of priests. They were just like, you know, doing their church thing, and they went outside, and all of a sudden they see this freaking spaceship, and they're like baffled. There's like, and this is like priests. These are like people who don't like make stories up. They're like God people, whatever. And they're looking at, and they see like beings on top of the spaceship, and so they waved at them. Like they're just like, oh, I don't know, let's just wave at these things. So they waved at them, and then the people on the spaceship waved back, and then they just took off. And they're just, and then that's when he like basically started telling the story and shit. I'm just like, how? I'm like, and that made me think. Another theory is like, what if our Earth is just like, why there's so many different people saying like the aliens look so different? Because some people say like they look like humans. Some people say they look like little alien, like the green. Because of radiation. For the green guys, big eyes, and everything. But I'm saying, what if our planet is just to stop? You know, people just like come to visit, like just to look at our planet, like, oh, look at these humans live here, and then like they go around just like it's a touring destination for like aliens. What if we're just a touring destination for aliens? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, what if aliens are just calling us aliens?
I mean, probably
they're driving around like,
they probably have another.
aliens.
They probably have another name for us.
They actually got ears.
They probably call us monkeys. Look at these Earth monkeys, the skinless monkeys. Or
hairless.
Not skinless, yeah.
Oh my god.
Hairless monkeys is what they're calling us, or whatever they're calling it. I don't know what the fuck.
Why are they only shaving all their body but their head?
Weirdos. And they just literally come by, check the planet out. Some of them crash and get fucked up, and we take them. Our government takes them to figure shit out. But like, it's crazy. The Air Force is the ones who always takes all these like all the. I mean, it makes sense because Air Force in the air, UFOs.
So like the documentary that I watched, it was like from 2017, but they said that like when they found these aliens, they like freeze them, and then they sent them off to what was it, Wright-Patterson's Air Force Base,
One of
right?
these bases.
So, and that's in Dayton, Ohio, which I think is crazy. I feel like we should just like go and like scope it out. Like
we can't just go on a base.
Yeah, I'm going
ID.
and getting that alien.
You'd be caught real quick. She's just trying to hop the fence. Man, what are you doing?
I'm hunting.
I'm hunting for aliens. I know they're in here. Let me in.
So what was like weird to me is like so they stated that they went to that Air Force in Dayton, Ohio, right? But like, why wouldn't they take it like Area 51?
Because that's like, maybe that's the government wants everyone to believe all alien shit's in that location, but secretly it's somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? It's like to trick the public.
I also thought it was weird in that documentary that it brought up Hillary Clinton was in it. And it brought up
documentary?
Yeah. And Bill Clinton was in it, and they were saying like he was like the president at the time that was trying to tell them all like not to be talking about the UFOs and the aliens and stuff.
Well, throughout history, multiple presidents were like keeping it under hush. Like no one wanted.
Well, they said like they wanted him to like come out and like talk about it, and he was like afraid he was gonna get sniped and like killed like Kennedy.
Probably.
And yeah, it was like this is a crazy documentary. What was it? Unacknowledged, an expose of the greatest secret in human history. Hulu, watch it. It's cool.
Watch it. I haven't watched it yet.
He normally just gets his facts off of us.
Whoa. I watch other stuff too. And the one I was watching, there's also, I don't know if it's the same Air Force base, but there's and it's funny when all these like high-end generals and like officers, they retire, they're about to die, that's when they're just like start telling on their deathbed like, yo, listen to this shit, like, and they start explaining all the shit they've seen. Like there's one chick, she was dying, she just got out of all the, like, she was out of the military, but she was high in there, and she said that there's like an underground thing where they freeze like all the UFO stuff. She said she was literally categorizing stuff, and she looked over and they're like wheeling this body, and she's like, what is that? And there's like, oh, just don't worry about it, it's frozen, like it's a frozen corpse of an alien. And she's like, okay, like just checking her box, like that's just like a normal thing she sees. And then she's
Is
like,
it really like that though? I mean, you were in the army. Like, was it?
I mean, obviously, there's some things like they can make you not say, like you can get in trouble for fucking releasing any information.
Yeah.
And obviously something, if you're high end, like up the food chain in the military, and you're gonna try to expose a secret, you can get put in life, or obviously someone's gonna kill you. And that's when that lady was already in her deathbed, so she's like, they can't kill me anymore. Like, I'm about to die. So she's like, she started just spilling all the beans, but people were just like, oh, that's just her like talking out of her mind. She's on her deathbed. She's just saying shit.
I need to look up all them people off of that documentary and see if like they're dead.
Start researching them.
Yeah. And I also want to know if anybody has seen like a UFO here recently. Like, when was the last time that we've spotted a UFO? That's one thing that we didn't like look up that I was curious about.
Yeah, because like all these are during like crazy times, during the war, during like there's like a race between Russia and America, building nuclear shit, building spaceships, building everything. So who knows if like we don't know what if Russia fucking has super advanced technology and they're just like testing their shit and bring like, you know, on us and stuff, and it's UFO to us, but to them they made it. Huh? Could be, you know what I'm saying?
What if there's like just different races of aliens and that's why they all look different?
Well, that's what I was saying.
From like different planet aliens.
That's what I said when
like I look like I'm from Venus, but you look like you're from Mars.
Yeah, Martians are better looking.
Is a Martian an alien?
Yeah. Anything not of this.
So is a Martian the green one then? And an alien's like a normal one?
No, they're all aliens.
What was E.T.?
I don't know what E.T. I don't know where the hell. I didn't even watch E.T. fully. I saw like.
Oh
a
my
glimpse of
gosh!
that movie. Maybe I should
You were
watch
deprived as a child.
Actually, you know, I was watching. I don't know what it was, but they were saying E.T. was based on a real story. Some guy. No, I'm saying some guy. Like there was an alien that crashed, but one of them survived, and it was like top secret. And this guy ended up becoming really good friends with him. But he was pretty sad because like they were doing testing on him, and he said that he could pass through walls. He could talk telepathically. I forget like a couple other
cool.
like powers and shit. But in my head, I'm like, if he could pass through walls, how does this motherfucker not like walk through?
Yeah, like.
Why
would he
but
stay?
He was sick. I think that's what it was. Like he was injured and sick. So like, but this guy like befriended him and shit, and like really liked him, and like. I forget the full story of their friendship, but it was like E.T. And I swear that's where Hollywood gets all they know all this shit, so like they put it out there in movies, so that way like anyone tries to come out with a story or come out with the truth, they're just like,
yeah,
oh,
because Hollywood's like obviously wealthy people, and
where there's wealth, you know, and you can obtain any knowledge with money. So that's what I would do. If I was like super rich, I'd be like, give me all the secrets. Just give me a money.
That'd be the first thing. I want to know about aliens. Here's my money.
There's so many things I want to know about. Actually, no. Maybe I don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
Because then you put on the list, you know what I'm saying? They're like, we'll tell you, but if you tell anyone, we'll murder you. And you're just like, is that worth knowing?
No.
If you could know all the secrets but couldn't tell anybody. My big ass mouth,
I probably wouldn't want them to tell me.
Yeah, because I know my ass ain't gonna keep my mouth shut.
I'd be like, Malcolm, did you hear about this?
We immediately run to our podcast as soon as they tell us.
Guys, this is what we heard right now.
We're exposing the truth, fucking snipers. We have to do a live one just in case we get taken out.
That's so funny.
I have a encounter myself.
With aliens?
Yeah. I think it was me, Daniel, and Grant, my brother. I'm pretty sure it was those two. I forget who was in the car. But we were driving off the road back here. And
here in Kentucky?
Yeah, in Kentucky.
Okay.
We're in Kentucky, literally like 10 minutes down the road. Back there. By the jailhouse.
Okay. Near
So
Cadence.
we're just driving, and all of a sudden, like, we see this like light in the sky, right? Mm-hmm. And then at first, obviously, like, oh, maybe it's a helicopter or a plane. But we're just like looking at them, like, one, it's too close to be a plane. 3, 2, I said 1 to 3. I can't count.
What? Okay.
2, helicopters a lot. You can hear if it's a helicopter.
Yes, they make noise.
Kind of their spotlight kind of moves if like they're moving and shit. But
was
also
it dark outside?
Yes, it was like, yeah, it was pretty dark. So like we see this light, and we're just like. We started getting kind of freaked, a little worried. We're just like, what the fuck is that, dude? And so we just drive, it starts speeding. We're like, we gotta get out of here. We don't know, like, we're gonna get abducted. And we freaking like, the next thing you know, freaking just light fucking's gone. Just boom. Just disappears.
No way.
Yeah. And then we kind of just look at each other like, we're like, what?
How far would you say this was away from you?
I can't give a fucking
Was it like as close as the moon?
It wasn't as far as a plane. As close as the moon, the moon's far as fuck.
But you know, it looks close.
I see. I know your point, but it was closer than a plane.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like a bird. Like
That's
a bird,
pretty fucking good.
a bird close?
So, okay, there's a plane, right?
Okay.
Helicopter's way lower than a plane. Helicopter's more local, right?
Okay.
Then you got
like geese that fly in a V.
Oh,
you know, they never, like, the geese is flying a V, and they never, like, get
so
too
you got
far.
geese, helicopter, plane.
Yes.
The light
Precisely.
was around helicopter-ish level.
Okay.
So close enough to be worried.
So it could have been a hovercraft. Could have been a
Hovercraft.
a
UFO.
the freaking thingies, the camera thingies that go up in the
Drone?
air. Yes.
Bro, drones weren't even a thing back then.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they
I'm talking,
were.
We were in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot to point out how
Yeah,
far ago.
you didn't justify.
We were in high school, so about what year is it?
God, you're old.
Like 12, 13 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but
Next
after that,
to the courthouse, that's a little weird.
we couldn't like we just.
That's also where the
ignored it
planes and
after
stuff are too, though.
that. What?
Back there, like, ain't that around where the
No.
airplane thing is?
Airplane's farther in Hebron, farther down.
Okay.
But that's what I know. It wasn't a plane because it was.
And it just like you looked away and then you looked back and it was gone.
Yeah, like it was fall. I swear it was fucking following us, and we're just like we're freaking out. And we're like go. So we're looking for it, and then we look like we're doing double takes, looking back for it, and then we look back and it's gone.
Daniel, I need you to validate this.
Validate. That's the way he gonna be like, he right. We got abducted.
And that's why you look so funny.
Yeah. They did some fucking.
What if they actually like took you and you didn't know it and then you drop back down and then you're like, oh, and then like you thought you like looked behind you and they weren't there, but really they like abducted you and then spit you back out. And
What
you
would they
didn't
do? What did they do to me?
I don't know. Look at you.
Did they fuck my head up? Is that what it is?
Maybe.
Something about why you so stupid, but aliens, man.
Fucking aliens.
I was right back in the day until I got abducted.
My mama was an alien. My daddy was an alien.
But what do you think? So they're the missing people in like in Alaska and like New Mexico and like hotter areas. Like there, I don't know. Have you seen the movie?
Alaska's not hot.
No, I said Alaska and the hotter areas like New Mexico. Two different things. Anyways, those areas, there's a lot of missing people, and a lot of people are saying like it's wilderness or like animals attacks or whatever. Like, but have you seen the fifth kind? I forget what movie. It's an alien movie, but it is based on like actual what happened, and like they have video recordings of it. Dude, it'll freak you out. We gotta watch it. But I think it's called the fourth kind. So
I feel like I've seen this.
Yeah, Mila Jokovic or whatever her name is. She plays the chick who it happens to, but the girl basically was a girl and her daughter and I think son. I can't remember the movie that much, but anyways, they were like some weird shit was happening to them. She was losing memories and shit, and so she was gonna go see a psychiatrist, and she started like recounting what she forgot because the psychiatrist knew like hypnosis stuff, so like he put them under sleep and then he'd like get them to say stuff, and like during the movie it pulls up actual videos of what happened like during the sessions, and you just hear these people like start freaking out and like start saying, oh, they're opening the door and like they're pulling me out and like literally scratching on the floor and shit, and
what?
Yeah, and like this is stuff they didn't even know they had in their head because like they just know they're losing memory and shit, and like they went to this hypnosis who put them under and like kind of retrace those memories back. And so right, it's and like at first like you're supposed to see an owl or what, there's something that like stares at you, and the second time like you hear something, third time, and the fourth kind is like they actually abduct you. And so this lady was like, you can see the video too, it's freaking weird. They're like questioning her, and she's doing the hypnotist shit again, and all of a sudden, like, she, like, starts levitating. I shit you not, she's levitating. They say it's a seizure, but, like, this
Like, off the ground.
Like, she's on a bed, and, like, you can see her, like, she just, like, starts going up and, like, convulses, but, like, snaps her back. So,
What?
like, after this happened, like, they said she seized that she broke her back, but she's in a wheelchair now. Like, you can, like, she's still alive.
She's still alive?
Yeah. But there, even, you can see the officers, they're around her house, the camera on the dashboard, you hear the officer like, what the fuck is that? And all of a sudden, you're blinding light. And all of a sudden, like, the daughter's gone. But they think that they still think the mom, like, did something or whatever. But, like, the people who were there, like, they're also like, she's just gone. And then that's when she told her story, and they made a movie about it. That's just crazy, bro. Like, you gotta watch it. That shit gives me goosebumps.
I love weird shit like that.
Why do you think they'd take people, though, you know? Like, why are they... I mean...
Like, why did we take their bodies and freeze them and put them in Dayton, Ohio?
Well, because they're weird.
Yeah, we're weird to them.
But if they have the technology to be doing all that, like, you think they'd already know about us, you know?
They probably know about us. That's not what I think their, like, intentions would be. Their intentions would be, like, to look like us.
What if, like, the chimpanzee thing, they're trying to, like, breed...
Yeah, and
aliens and
be
humans.
like have the smartness,
Their intelligence.
their intelligence with our like looks. They don't want to look like aliens either.
Like, they think they're probably not. Probably don't think they're ugly themselves. But if they don't have, you know, some of them have 4 fingers. Like, how do they do stuff?
Yeah, they probably think like, dang, we're so smart, but we don't have fingers to pick anything up. But these humans out there, they have all 5 fingers and toes. So let's just take their bodies with our smart, and we could do everything.
I don't know. They're just doing some weird. Like, they're doing what we're doing to them. Like,
I'm fine.
We're taking them and dissecting them and figuring them out, and they're taking us and doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, or maybe they kidnap people and they try to like talk to, like, they're talking to the government, and they're just like, give us our aliens back, or we'll give your humans back.
Like,
but then the government
froze them.
Yeah, well, they don't know. Our government doesn't give a fuck about us, so they're like, nah, you can keep them.
We don't even want them.
Yeah, you can keep our humans. We're gonna keep your aliens. Like, we'll keep it kosher.
We were trying to eliminate a few anyways.
Yeah. Actually, here's a list of the ones you can take.
Yeah, if you could just take these ones on the list though,
That'd be
it'd make it easier for us.
But that's where you see a jump in our technology. You see, like, we went from fucking... the earliest thing I remember is our first thing we had was like a big boxed computer. That's the biggest like technology we had. And like the game console we had was just like, it was so shitty. But from the moment I was born to like now, the advancement in technology is just
insane.
Way too fast.
My mom, when like one of the longest things I remember, that's because like we had it was like her prized possession, and we had it forever. And then I was like to a point where I was like a teenager. I'm like, Mom, this is as old as me. You need to get rid of it. It doesn't even work anymore. But it was like a big, like it was one of those big ass box TVs. Like it was about 500.
The stereo one, both sides.
Yeah, it was just like connected completely around. It was huge and weighed so much, and like
yeah, it's heavy as shit.
but she had one that was like the wood on the sides. Like it was like an old
my
school
dad
one.
had the same thing.
Yeah,
he's 70, bro. Like he had that old shit.
Yeah, my mom, she did not want to give it up, and we like forced her.
Yeah, same with my dad. My dad's like, I ain't giving this TV. I'm like, it's like 120 pounds. It has 3 channels. Like, we don't need this.
I'm sad that she got rid of it
vintage.
now.
But yeah, I know, because it has a little screen, and then the stereo's on the side. It's wood. And
yeah, big old.
Yep. I used to watch some
and
tunes
now
on
look,
it.
like our TVs are literally like
Our
handheld.
phones.
Like this is insane.
It's because they're taking all these crashes and they're what is that?
Just from going from like black and white videos and photos to like color.
I can't talk. Re-engineering these backwards and like figuring out how they work, and that's how we're getting all this technology and shit. That's how we're advancing, and
I mean, just in 30 years, we've advanced so much.
yeah. Well, you look at Elon Musk now. He's talking about next year we're gonna have prototype like robots to do everyday chores and shit.
Good. They need to work at my job.
Yeah, they're gonna replace people.
It's fine. I'll be sitting in my bed.
Dude, it's just like iRub. The people are gonna be like, we
so
want
do we get
our
to buy
jobs.
these? Like, do we get to buy them and then they work for us and we get their money?
No.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you buy one. You're like, all right, go to work for me, and you fucking
It looks just
get
like
the
me.
money. You're just sitting there, just
Okay.
chilling. Like, hey, Samantha, you got fired at work. I am sorry, I could not compute. Like, fired.
I don't
Get rid of you.
comprehend.
Like, my fucking robot's stupid. Got like the fucking earliest
My
one.
dang
the cheapest.
alien.
$50. Yeah, alien one. Oh shoot! Well, that's a lot of alien talk.
Yeah. Please let us know when.
Let us know your theories if you have any other theories on how.
Or you could just
aliens-
let me know that my theory was a lot better than his.
Or,
I
like,
would
my
appreciate
numerous
that.
theories.
Yeah.
I appreciate his theory is better. Her theory sounds insane to me.
But realistic.
I don't know about that. Well, we hope you guys tune in on next episode.
He's done talking really.
I'm done talking.
Bye.
Just like the aliens.
But I'm
You gotta do the aliens.
What are you doing?
That was hot.
There's a whole bunch of weed, bro.